So yesterday was apparently just flippin' Christmas for Warhammer fans. Not only was Bolt Gun 2 announced, not only were like 5 bajillion other Warhammer games announced, but in those 5 bajillion Warhammer games was a big re-release slash remaster of Warhammer 40k Space Marine, which I think is not that surprising given how successful Space Marine 2 was, but I'm actually pretty excited for this. I recently played Space Marine 1, I played it late last year, and I had a very good time with it. It's definitely flawed, there are some very glaring issues with it, but the game itself and the core design of the game is very, very good. And I'm excited to play this new Mastercrafted edition. Comes out in a few weeks on PC and Xbox, and then I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm interested to see what kind of changes they make to it, and I'm interested to see just how hefty of a remaster this is, how deep into the mechanics of the game this remaster goes. Because I think, like most people, I'm not really going to be that interested if it's just a more visual, more aesthetic update, but if it's a more mechanical update, hell yeah, I'm here for it. I would love to play Space Marine 1 with some of the cut corners put back on. I really would love to play this game while not getting killed because I was stuck in an unskippable execution animation. I would also love it if the final boss fight didn't suck giant hairy balls, so we'll see if I get my wish. But let me bring your focus back to this announcement here. It's coming out on June 10th on PC and Xbox. That's it. There's no PlayStation release, and I'm not entirely sure why that is. At the time that I'm making this video, we don't really know why that is. We just know the game won't be on PlayStation at launch, which I think is lame. I think all games should be on all platforms, especially third-party IP like this. And I could give you my whole long, lengthy, thought-out explanation as to why I think this is lame for a game to be skipping the PlayStation, especially when the original version was on the PlayStation. I could be doing that, but instead, we're going to do something a little more fun. Because as I'm sure some of you noticed, and as many of you sent me on Twitter, the PlayStation crowd was very upset about this. And on one hand, absolutely you have the right to be upset about this. A multi-platform game is skipping your platform for some reason and you don't really know why. Absolutely be upset about that. But on the other hand, this is the same community of people who, for the past decade, have been hoisting around exclusive games. They've been shitting their pants every single time Sony releases a game on the PC. They've been cheering Sony on as they money hat third-party exclusives like Final Fantasy and Silent Hill. So, and now, here we are with a re-release of a game, not even a new game, a re-release of a game, is skipping PlayStation, at least for now, for one reason or another, and suddenly, this is the most horrible, reprehensible, and disgusting thing they've ever heard. The community of people who have been saying for years upon years upon years that Xbox is dead, Xbox should be expelled from the gaming universe, that PlayStation is the most wonderful platform and PlayStation exclusives, both first party and third party, are a wonderful thing, and if you want to play these games, well, just stop crying and get a PlayStation. Now, all of a sudden, the mere concept of exclusivity is a problem to them. So let me just make my stance very clear, because we're going to read through some of my favorite replies that Sega got to this announcement on Twitter, and some of these are flipping hysterical. The meltdown is incredible. But let me just be clear about something. I don't think this game should be an Xbox console exclusive. I think that's very silly. I'm a PC player. I'm on the outside looking in here. But I think it's very silly for this game to be Xbox console exclusive, especially since it's a re-release of a game that was on PlayStation anyways. But also, if we know anything about anything, we know this game's coming to PlayStation eventually. And if you really care so much, well, I mean, I would encourage you to just get a PC, frankly. Because then you can play everyone's games and not be left out of anything. Because, frankly, if you think your platform's value is solely dictated based on what software is being held hostage there, and there's no other advantages to the console, the entire value of the console is based on the exclusives, I think you're in this hobby for the wrong reasons, my friend. But let's just read through some of my favorite responses to Sega, because the meltdowns here were just good. Online Inquisitor says, good luck with the 0 sales until it hits on PS5 eventually. The 0 sales, right, because nobody buys games on PC. Nobody buys games on Xbox. But also the bigger comedy here is the fact that you are openly wishing failure upon a company because they didn't release a game on the right platform. The community of people who openly encourages PlayStation to money hat everything, and that tells people to stop crying if they don't want to pay extra money for a PlayStation, that same community of people has people like this. Good luck with 0 sales until it's on PS5. Your game should fail unless it's on PS5. Gosh, I wonder why the PlayStation community is the laughingstock of the gaming community. This person says, Sega, why do you keep harming the sales of your games by either doing terrible Xbox marketing deals or somehow skip major platforms like PlayStation? You already hurt Metaphor Western sales to a degree because of this. Those moves aren't pleasing your shareholders or gamers. You hurt Metaphor Western sales because it had a marketing deal with Xbox? Is that really what we're saying now? You think Metaphor's sales were hurt because there was an Xbox logo on some of the ads instead of a PlayStation logo on some of the ads, or instead of no logo on some of the ads. The marketing was still happening, the ads were still happening, but you genuinely think people saw an advertisement for Metaphor and they were like, yeah, let's do it, I'm so excited for that game. Then the Xbox logo pops up and they're like, wait a second, no, I'm not buying it anymore. You genuinely think that's what happened? Like, I love this. You can absolutely criticize the fact that this isn't on PlayStation. Like, by all means, criticize the fact that the multi-platform IP is not on all platforms for gaming. By all means, criticize that. But the thing that I love that PlayStation fanboys do is they will be perfectly fine with something happening to other communities. But when that same thing happens to them, it's suddenly the worst thing ever, and now we have to start just wildly accusing people of things. You think Metaphor's sales were hurt because it had a Microsoft marketing deal? Metaphor sold over 1 million copies on day 1. You're gonna have to explain how the marketing hurt this game. This game that sold 1 million copies instantly upon release. I mean, if anything, doesn't that mean that the marketing helped them? Because at least 1 million people were so interested and aware of it that they immediately bought it? Fuck, you people. Like, no one was even talking about Metaphor. Why did you bring that up? Yana says, pirate day 1 then, until PS5 release. Hey, funny thing that I just remembered, aren't PlayStation guys the same people that cry about how much piracy there is on the PC? Like, whether or not the piracy is actually hurting PC game sales, you say that PlayStation shouldn't be releasing games on PC because piracy exists, but now that a game's not on PS5, we're advocating piracy? Well, no, Joe, they're advocating piracy because something's been done to them, you know? They're not being respected as consumers, and therefore they're going to pirate the game. Oh, so like, what PC gamers do? You moron. Derek Frost says okay, and then posts a graph of 18.5 million PlayStations sold and 4 million Xboxes sold in fiscal year 24. And you zoom into the side there and it says at Zubitech. Because, you know, when we're posting Zubitech stuff, that's how you know we're really smart. But what's the suggestion here? That you shouldn't be skipping the platform with the most units sold? That, like, in order for a game to be successful, a good thing to do would be to sell it on platforms where there's a lot of units sold? So, every game should be on the PC then? Well, no, you shouldn't do that, Joe. You shouldn't do that. We shouldn't put games on PC because they need to be PlayStation exclusive. Because the PlayStation sold more units. Well, the PC has more active users than PlayStation. No. It should be the most popular console. You know, we're talking about console sales here. Console games should be released on the console with more units. Oh, okay, so I get it now. So you think console games would be the most successful if they're being released to the most possible users, which means console exclusivity shouldn't exist at all, right? No, it should be exclusive. Console game success is dictated by whether or not the game is released on the highest number of available consoles, but also we should arbitrarily restrict the number of available consoles it can be sold to because only one of those consoles has a PlayStation logo on it, is basically what you're saying. Isn't this fun? Are you having fun? I'm having fun. None of this makes any sense. I love it. It genuinely is just about what has a Sony logo on it to you people. That literally is all that matters to you. Because by this logic, the logic of this stupid graph here, there shouldn't be any console exclusives. Your whole argument is that the game would be more successful if it was released on more available consoles. But by that logic, all the PlayStation exclusive games would also be more successful if they weren't exclusive, but you don't want to have that conversation. This graph also says that it's a stupid decision to not release games on the platform with the most users. Okay, so every game should be on the PC then. But again, you don't want to have that conversation. You can dress this up all you want. You can try to act like you're making some big stat-based, market-based argument here. But the second we use that logic on Sony, it's not going to matter to you. That's why this is funny. Galoren says skipping PS5 is like saying no to free money. And then you click on his profile and his banner is a PlayStation controller. And his most recent repost is just whinging about the Microsoft Activision purchase. But okay, not releasing the game on PS5 is saying no to free money. Skipping platforms is saying no to free money. Again, do you know what I'm going to say next? Can you guess what I'm going to say next? This guy says a slap in the face for all PlayStation players who bought Space Marine 2 and were eagerly awaiting for Part 1. You click on his profile and his bio is just PlayStation 5. He has 1 follower. But this one's fun because it implies that franchise games suddenly becoming exclusive to one platform is a bad thing, to which I agree. Wouldn't you also agree, Final Fantasy? Wouldn't you also agree, Silent Hill? No, Joe, those are different though. Those are different. PlayStation sold more consoles, so those are different. It's okay for franchises to become PlayStation exclusive because PlayStation sold more consoles. Okay, again, if this was really about having the game be available to as many consoles as possible, it would be on all the consoles. No, PlayStation sold more consoles, so it's fine. Either exclusives are a problem or they're not. Either exclusives are a problem or they're not. It's just, it drives me bananas. Put my bananas in a tree and then water the tree, let it grow. It'll grow more bananas and I'll be driven even more bananas. I'll put the bananas in the wheels of my car so when I drive around, the bananas fly out in all directions and I can feed all the birds and the squirrels and the prairie dogs with all the bananas on the road. You did this to me. Ace says, skipping the console I played the sequel on. Genius move. Is that a Final Fantasy profile picture? Hang on, I have to zoom in on this. I didn't even notice that when I was taking the screenshot. I have to fucking zoom and enhance this shit. Yeah, that's a Final Fantasy profile picture. We're complaining about games in franchises becoming console exclusive because you played the previous game on a console that the new game is not on anymore, and we're acknowledging that that's a dumb thing to do, and our profile picture is from Final Fantasy. I'm genuinely speechless right now. I didn't think we would actually go there. I didn't notice that when I was taking the screenshots. I don't even know what I was going to say. I don't remember what I was going to say, because normally I take all the screenshots at once and then I put them in front of me and I have general ideas of why I took each screenshot and the zingers I want to make. This, I didn't even notice that one when I took this, and I have no clue what I was going to say, because I think you just made all of my points for me by just existing in the way that you do. So thanks, I guess. I'm gonna move on. Holy cats. You guys do this for free. Stranded Snake says, can't wait to watch this make nothing Lamau, with a profile picture from a game by Hideo Kojima. Do you know where I'm going with this one too? Do you know what I'm going to say? Do you know what I'm gonna say? Oh my god, it's just so tiresome now. It's lost the comedy. Japan hates Xbox, gotta have him once. Says, giving Xbox any sort of exclusive over PlayStation in 2025 is honestly an act of violence against the gaming community. Not even Xbox themselves have the audacity to pull a stunt like this, publicly apologize, and announce this game for PlayStation 5 immediately. PlayStation. I think this is my favorite parody account. I think Japan hates Xbox is my favorite parody account. And I'm calling him a parody account as an act of gratitude. As an olive branch. This is your opportunity to respond and say, yes, haha, aren't I funny, as a parody account. And if you say anything other than, yes, I am a parody account, we're gonna have to take your internet away. This has gone on far. This has gone far enough, James. Corey Cooper says no PS5 or Switch 2 makes sense. Release it on a platform where people don't buy games. Maybe it wasn't announced for Switch 2 because the Switch 2 is not out yet. Just a crazy thought off the top of my head. But also, released on a platform where people don't buy games. Yes, because nobody buys games on the PC. The fucking PC. The platform that buys more games than the PlayStation. No one buys games. No one buys games. Look, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I've gone far enough, James. Anyways, the double standard here is bananas. Again, I don't know why this game is not on PlayStation. I don't like that the game is not on PlayStation. But I'm gonna make fun of you people for making such a big fucking deal out of it after advocating these exact kinds of practices from the other side. What did you think was going to happen? I hope this game's cool. I hope it's a fun update of the original. I hope it's not just a graphical update. If it's just a graphical update, I'm not going to care. If it's a cool... Oh, is my shirt inside out? I'm wearing a plain white t-shirt, and I think it's been inside out this whole time. Wait, no, it's not inside out. It's just the tag's in a really stupid place. God damn it, Calvin. Mr. Klein, why did you put that there? Why did you put the tag in that? You just... Wait, is it inside? No, it's not inside out. It's not inside out. Anyways, I'm just going to the Doofus Club now. I completely lost my train of thought. Joe Pookie, please join voice chat more. I'm going to in discord.gg/... Wait, yeah, Discord... I forgot my own Discord link. Discord.gg/Doofus. I'm going to hop in voice chat more starting like next week because I'm just finishing up school this week. Whoo! Official Dregs, Mash Star, Rip and Tear is what my PP says when I see Panny. Big Bear, Epion 504, Grimsy, Edge Knight 1789, Fuck. Ass rippin' DeVito until it's done. Fuck. Kushka, Nate, it's Murkoff brand, of course, it's safe. Unicorn Rocco, Wild Gamer 2001, Opossum, Bender Fondue, and Omega, Hero Culture. I almost called you just Hendersons. It says Hero Culture. I almost said just Hendersons. Ass Ripper 69420. I hate living around a bunch of broke ass people. Saw from Spokane. Dial up. Kyle Ward 789 cents and Nakage. Anon for Law. Master Killer. The Return of the King. But he's upside down. George from Seattle. Partial Mean 8. Nick Moltheme. Vogue Salto. Cloaked. Onyx. JJ Jesse. Hail Denuvo Pub. Cod Stop It. Codman 4372WX. Joe. It's the gamer 127YT. Not 127WT. Get it memorized. Oblivion Ringmaster. His game of the year. Cellarat. Gold Pyrex. Zombie Fan. Alderoth 01. I'ma cut you nuts, Joe. Doug Nixie. Blast 1314, Snake Eyes 327, Devastator 2000. Joe, please let us touch tip, you sexy man. MK2396E, I'm still in the moat. Joe, please get help. Hentai X Machina Gamma, Elite Wolf, Fire Hazard 105, Klepto Penguin, Banshee, GWXSS, Harass the Wolf, Evan Co, OK Toodles, Tech Gaming, Jungle Zone, Slim Jim, Really Zero Gaming, Dead People, Blender, Gaming with Dead People. Fuck my fucking life. All Games Video, Japanese name, Max Killer V2 Gaming Biscuit 1101, Todd Howard's Our Lord and Savior, Horizon Forbidden West Remastered, Pope Raphael the Rat King, all caps now, Jessica Shepard, Riki Spiral, Riki Tikadabi, Muskie, I'm not hyped for GTA 6, doesn't look that interesting to me, Groom the Steel Angel, Everything is Better Than the Switch 2, Sergeant Jason Bond, Baron Von Vaderham, Astrobert 69, Don't Call Me Doofus, it hurts my feelings. Doofus. True Tech Skin 940, Bing 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 Bong Thing, Bing Ting Ling Ring Ying. The first Doofus, Creed Warrior 23, Maxichev, Chap is going away for a while, take care for now, Totally Insanity, Vendetta Autry, Black Cobra, The Enwa, Slayer, Night of Cypher, 9ML04, I own 6 copies of Click 2006 on Blu-ray, Oh No It's Poopsie, Wolf of Midnight, Stig Rider, Pig Venus, Kev Dog 1992, Sequence Studios, Film Kraken, OM Gaming, Tariq Brown, Thorin Skade, Mag and Next, Severin Evans, Mr. Spawning 03, Zakai Linder, Freaking Y, Mixer, Pow Pow, Why Trouble, Donnie Weston, Nick Donegan, Draws Max on Twitter, Twitch, come hang out. I can't read. Gob Gobson, Rogue Winter 919, Bobby Hinter, Croak Malphus, Hangman for Hire, Ellen the Noble, Frost Crystal, Jimmy Chops, By Genesis, Ian Action, Floppy Pingus 97, Mega Key, Scruffy Skull, Ghost Ho, Ryusagi, The JoJo 6, Fast Growth, M Tanker, Raptor 10, The Amazing Blightman, Blue Hook, Willie, JJ Schnorlax, and the Mr. Techno Squeak, Jody Breeze, Smitty Burger, Jagerman Jensen, Maxwell the Cool Arrow, McAdvertisement, Diego Garcia, JJ Jesse, Mike Kibbikins, I American Idiot, Rebel Blood, Rabel Blood 80, Big Fudge, Oracle, Darth Muffin, Oh No, it's Justin Randroid 21, Mechanical Resonance, Extreme the Wolf 7, Joey Scoops, my name is Mud, Joe Taku, Recovering Alcoholic, The San Francisco Treat, Ding Ding, Wanna Be Hobo, Jidge, West Billet 310 Char, Rob Sieg, Veg, Groove Banana, Kurt Nowsback, Wear a Maid Dress once you hit 20k, Joe, The Last Melon, I feel like that's a reference to something, and I just don't know what it is. Shit, I named that wrong. I meant to call that Doofus is the file I tried to call that. I just called it recording. I was recording it and then I hit save, and I usually call it like Doofus vid or like Doofus something. I just called it recording. What is wrong with me? Okay, toodles.